Hey crew, this week we're talking disasters at sea. The stuff of nightmares for sailors and their mothers. You know, icebergs, fires, keels falling off. Well, we're gonna show you how we prepare for it with life raft certifications, EPIRBs, tethers, and more. Come with us and we'll show you how it's done.
I'll never let go. I promise.
Good morning. Big day today. We are taking in our life raft to get repacked because it has expired. So, the hardest part is going to be getting there. I've got my trusty navigator. I got my trusty car. And we are on our way. So we think we're in the right place, and based on all these life raft canisters, we must be, but it wasn't the easiest to find. So we're gonna grab a very heavy life raft and take it in to see Cumbia and see if we can actually inflate it while we're here in the shop. And I'm gonna get run over by a forklift. Definitely think we're in the right place. Oh, but marine stores are like, I don't know, candy shops to sailors, I think. Look at all this stuff.
The other 11 get something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true.
So, they're not going to open it today. They're actually going to open up on Wednesday. So they're going to send us a quick note when they're ready to open it up, and we're going to come down here and check it out. And in the meantime, we're going shopping. We made it back to Gargoyle in one piece. I think on the next round we'll actually show you what it's like to drive here. It is pretty insane, and we've driven in a lot of places. We're gonna drop this off at the boat, and we have one more stop to make because there was some safety equipment that these guys didn't have, and we're hoping another marine store, which is just a walk away, is gonna have it for us. So after we drop this off, come for a little stroll with us. We are loving our stay here in Manuel Island.
Oh God, yes.
Beautiful spot, and like centrally located to get pretty much anywhere here in the vicinity of Valletta. And the other good thing is there's a whole bunch of marine stores just down the street. So, like I said, we have to grab a couple of little safety gear things and some other stuff. So we are gonna head over to the marine store, which is just a 2-minute walk, and see if we can get rest of the stuff for our little tasks that we need to do here on Gargoyle.
Safety gear, like an Aperol Spritz, is that safety gear?
Definitely safety gear.
Okay, just checking.
Really nicely situated. We're kind of in the city, but we're not in the city, and there's all these really nice walks that are kind of interesting. It's a lot of fun staying here.
Oh, yes.
But it's also very busy, at least during the day. Lots of traffic, which is, as we noted, very fun to drive in. Right, Mr. Nash?
I'm just navigating.
Yeah.
I'm not driving.
All right, our marine store's just up in front of us. For more shopping. Well, I think we're done now, but you know, all this shopping has left us a little hungry, so we had to take a break.
Very good gelato. It's yummy. Yummy.
Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Then we'll head back to the boat.
Run, 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 run away.
We've got the hard job. We are here and we made it in one piece. We only got lost once. All right, let's go see what's up with our life raft. Kevin wants this for a dinghy. Here we go.
Life rafts are big investments in offshore safety, and one we feel is worth the money. A 6-person life raft in a valise such as ours costs approximately $3,100 US. If you require a container due to mounting requirements, add another $250 each. Note that I say each, as I have seen recommendations that you carry smaller life rafts suited to the usual crew size, as a raft is more stable when loaded to capacity. So for our boat, that would mean that we carry 2 4-person rafts in valises, but then that comes to $2,850 each, or a total of $5,700. One advantage of the smaller rafts is they may be easier to deploy due to their lower weights. But with a 4-person raft weighing in at 62 pounds and a 6-person at 73 pounds, I'm not sure that extra 11 pounds really means that much to me. I think the extra 2,600 $1 bills, which would weigh in at nearly 6 pounds, is where I'm going to save the weight. But hey, you make that call.
So now they're going to leave it for 2 hours to make sure that it holds air. And then they're going to repack it tonight and we're going to pick it up tomorrow. So in the meantime, we are going to go grocery shopping. Yay! Exciting. All right. We safely navigated the grocery store and now it's time to put stuff away. Our last day to go to the marine store for our life raft. It's a good thing we rented a car because we've been there 3 times now.
This will be 3, yeah.
This will be 3. So we're gonna go pick up our life raft this morning, get some final little things that we need to fix the boat this weekend. And then this weekend we're gonna be working because we typically don't tour during the weekends because, well, it's just busier. We're more like weekend or weekday warriors versus weekend warriors.
Professionals.
Here we go. Our chariot awaits. All right, Kevin is settling up the bill. Our life raft is repacked. Looks so unexciting when it's just sitting in a gray bag, doesn't it? Something to note here, we typically get a 3-year certification when we've done the life raft in the past. Here in Europe, they only do a 2-year certification. That explains why it is a little less money to do it here in Europe than it is to do in North America. But 2-year certification should be good enough for us, as in 2 years from now, we should be back in the Caribbean and just in time to get it recertified again. But we're doing a big safety overhaul on Gargoyle right now. Life rafts, we got brand new flares because our flares were expired, which we found out in Tunisia. And we're also going to be working on our fire extinguishers, which need to be revamped as well. So all of those safety things, as well as digging through our first aid kit, are some of the things we've been doing just to get ready for this cruising season. So we'll take the life raft back, we'll take the rental car back, and then we're going to be back on foot and using the local transportation for the rest of our stay here.
All right. So we have cleaned out the locker. And on the Beneteau Oceanus, it comes with a stern locker here for the life raft, which is absolutely perfect.
It's all clean.
It's all cleaned out. Look how clean it is. Why do you want a stern locker? Why is that a good spot to put your life raft, Carla?
This is a good spot because we should be exiting off the back of the boat and we're safe in the cockpit if things are getting a little hairy. And the other one is if the boat actually turns upside down, we can still access this locker if we're belly up or belly down. Belly up, I
Yeah, if we lose our keel and we flip.
Yeah.
It's designed specifically so you can still access it. She be very strong.
Not that strong.
Do you want me to help you?
Yes, please.
What are you doing, Carla?
I'm tying the painter onto the boat.
Oh, it's a good idea to have the painter tied on before you deploy your life raft.
So if someone decides to throw it overboard, it'll be attached.
So it's attached to the boat.
Nice little bowline.
When you deploy your life raft, I'm sure you've watched the videos of your own life rafts, but which Viking does a great one on how to use and deploy it. We always watch it before passage. The life raft goes in the water, you pull the painter until it comes all the way out, and then at the very end when you give it a yank, it pops. So it doesn't just inflate as soon as you throw it in the water. You have to actually pull the painter in, so make sure you do that. And then of course leave the painter attached to the boat. There is a knife right inside your life raft that can be used to cut the painter in case of a fire. But if the boat's not on fire and it's not immediately sinking, stay attached to the boat, because of course the boat's a lot easier to see when search and rescue is looking for your signal from your EPIRB.
The painter is 50 feet long, so pull, 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 pull. Okay.
Carla always gets really worked up when she completes these kind of chores.
We've shown you where our life raft is stowed and what we do if we need to pull that out and use it in a worst case scenario. But one thing we have to grab is this, which is our ditch bag. And the ditch bag contains emergency equipment that we really need when we're in the life raft. So when we are underway and on a passage, our ditch bag is stowed on top of anything that goes in this locker. So we take it out, make sure it's all ready to go. We leave it out until we've left the dock or left the anchorage, and we put all of our lines, fenders, etc. in. Last thing that goes in there, the ditch bag. When the shit hits the fan, you don't want anything coming between you and your ditch bag. In the ditch bag, and probably the most critical piece of equipment that we have in there, is our EPIRB. And this EPIRB will self-deploy if it gets wet. We also take it out and use it manually. That's why it's in the ditch bag for us. And an EPIRB sends an alert, and assuming you've set it up correctly and you've had your battery checked and tested as prescribed, will send an alert to the satellites and let emergency officials know where you are. They will also notify your contact list that you set up when you first activate your EPIRB. So make sure it's all set up correctly as well. This will make certain emergency officials can get to you. Then we also have a VHF handheld in here so we can contact them via radio if need be. And then whatever other emergency equipment you put in your ditch bag. One of the things you want to do when laying out jack lines is you don't want to run them along the edge of the deck close to the lifelines. You want your jack lines to be towards the center of the boat. That's because the rule of surviving a man overboard incident is always don't go overboard. So when they're in the center, as long as your tethers aren't too long, you can still access everything you need to. But if you do catch a wave, washes you to the side, it won't wash you all the way over and into the water. At least that's the theory. I'm going to show you now how I use jack lines when we're on the deck and why we have 2 clips on these jack lines on the end. So you'll notice that I'm clipped in now on the deck. We have 3 attachment points on our tethers. We have one that attaches to our jacket, and our Spinlocks have built-in a harness loop for it. We have one here. Notice we don't clip it to the jack line. We run it underneath. That way that when we move, then it's not dragging that metal on our fiberglass deck. I've got this free one, and what we usually do is stick it in our pocket so we've got both hands free when we're on deck if we need them. Why would I have an extra one? Well, let me show you. Because when I get back here, I only have one option to get back to the cockpit, and that would be to completely unhook myself or do this. So notice that we do have hand holds so that we can grab a hold. You always want to be able to grab a hold of something on the boat. Keep yourself on the boat. And notice that my tether, you know what? It's keeping me in the boat as well. It also leads right back into the cockpit. So when I get to this corner, I can then reach, grab that handle, get into the cockpit. I'm still tethered in at all times. So you want to be safe out there. Hey, you might ask what happens if I do go over. It's why we have these Spinlock vests. So they do have strobe lights that pop up in the back of them so that we can see someone in the dark. These also have our man overboard beacons that are set, and they will deploy when the life jacket deploys. So we hit the water, the jacket automatically inflates. It pops the key out of that man overboard beacon, and then the beacon sets off an alarm on the boat, alarm on the jacket, and then the other person that's still on the boat can see us on our MFD, as well as other vessels that are around us. Stay safe. I showed you how the tether works when we're outside of the cockpit. When we're in the cockpit as well, we always tether up, especially at night. That's one of our rules we have since there's only 2 of us. And again, the rule is don't fall off the boat. We always have a tether set up in the cockpit. We tether up. This tether's long enough so we can actually, if it was very rough weather, we could actually go from this tether to that tether without unclipping ourselves. We're always attached to the boat. It's a key. I cannot say it enough. Don't fall off the boat. Our life raft has now been recertified. This is the second time we've done this since we left Vancouver. Last time we did it was in Panama, right by the Panama Canal. Taking care of it here in Malta, and now it's certified, and we should be good to go. So.
Yep. We just need a few more other things on our safety list, like our life jacks and everything like that, but everything's on order, so we should be pretty much ready for the sailing season.
Ciao for now.
Ciao for now.